All right now. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. You know, we were at work today. Oh, IOBA. My name is TC. We were at work today. And at the end of the day, we got to talking about our young adult lives and some of the stuff we were going through and what we learned from it. And whether or not people change over the years. And my take on that shit is something has to happen to make a person change their basic personality over the years. And I have known, because I got people around that I've known for 30, 40, 50 years. And their basic personality is the same. Now, their life experiences that changes. But the basic personality that determines how they deal with those changes and those circumstances, that's right there. That's maintained over the years. To me, your basic personality develops like high school. Because everybody that I know, talking about me now, everybody that I know that's still around, that was a really good person in high school, they're still a really good, solid, genuine person. Everybody that I know that was, considerate, and smart, and intelligent, because you can be intelligent and not smart. And you can be smart and not very intelligent. But anybody was like that in high school, they're still like that. They're still bright. You can still talk to them. You can still get a good conversation on a wide range of subjects from them. But on the other hand, most of the people that I knew that was in high school with me that was assholes, they haven't changed either. Now, the good part about it is that we getting old. Yes, we are getting old. You know what I'm saying? We're coming up on 70 and all that shit. And a lot of us ain't around no more. So I ain't gonna throw no dirt on nobody's name. But the people that I met in high school and in my early 20s and in my 30s, 40s, and 50s, they maintain the same personality throughout their whole life. And I have too maintained myself. Like, okay, I started doing art in motherfucking elementary school like every other child. And then I went through the phase, almost every child has a phase where they like to draw and create, and they have little, notebooks that they draw and do cartoons, and now a lot of kids like to do anime and shit like that. I had that same, phase, but I just kept going. I just really got into art and crafting and shit like that. And I still do that in high school. I took art all the way through. And I learned how to draw, and I do it all the way through. And then I got interested in lifting weights in high school. And I still lift weights to this day. And I still get the same feelings from it. The same satisfaction from a good workout. Or if I produce something, a piece of art that I really like, and I get real satisfaction from that. So the same things that drove me then drive me now, is what I'm saying. I developed certain principles when I was young and took certain stances when I was young that I still hold. You dig me? I think most people do. On the other side of that is if people, are brought up and raised in certain environments. It also shapes the personality, and it forms belief systems. So, that's the old nature versus nurture thing. That's very important too, but that's for, scientific motherfuckers. I'm just here talking. But everybody that I know, so I'm saying all that to say this. Don't expect people to change as they get older. Like if you got somebody in your life and that person is, I'm just going to say, is an asshole, is a taker, is too selfish in a bad way, inconsiderate, lies a lot, likes to embellish and exaggerate stories and say shit happened that didn't happen, lie to and on their significant other, somebody that do that kind of shit on a regular basis and expect you to co-sign that shit as a young person, that person gonna stay like that the rest of their life and expect you to accept it and be their friend regardless. Now you can be their friend or not, but just know they ain't never gonna grow out of that bad behavior. To me, looking back at life, the only time I seen somebody change from being like, a really repugnant individual into somebody decent, the only time I seen that happen is if somebody got really, really sick and almost died, or some other tragedy happened to them to make them change. But trust me on this one. I can't call no names. I don't know what you're living through. I don't know what you're going through in life. But just know, if there's somebody in your circle that's really ain't living right and expecting you to go along with it and co-sign it, and let me tell you something, it's gonna cost you a lot of money, and that person probably ain't gonna change. A person is what they are going to be for the rest of their life by the time they 30. I say it again. A person is what they are going to be for the rest of their life by the time they 30. Especially one of us black folks. Because unfortunately, in this country, our lifespans are a little short. So by the time we 30, a lot of us, half our life is over with, even though we don't know it. A person is what they're going to be for the rest of their life by the time they 30. If you pass 30 and you still bullshitting around, you're probably going to bullshit the rest of your life until you're 50. No, get it together. Make some decisions, some decisions, and stick by them. Adopt some principles and live by them. I had a motherfucker tell me one time, we driving down the road, motherfucker didn't want to wear a seatbelt. I'm like, where your license at? My license suspended. I'm like, why? Well, I got a seatbelt violation and I didn't pay the fine. And the fine just kept going up. And the fine got so high until my license got suspended. And all because they didn't want to snap the fucking seatbelt on to go down the road. To me, shit like that ain't worth the hassle. Put on the fucking seatbelt. Just put the fucking thing on, right? And then you can drive comfortably. You ain't got to be looking and nervous when a cop passes you. You ain't got to have that aggravation. And you keep money in your pocket. You keep that money in your pocket. Because having to pay all of them fines and shit is not worth not wearing a seatbelt. That kind of shit. You put that kind of shit behind you after you get past a certain age. You do adult things. You follow their little fucking rules. Yeah, I don't agree with all of them. I agree with the seatbelt one. But I don't agree with all of the rules and regulations that society say we got to live by. I don't agree with all of them. But the ones that simplify my life, I wholeheartedly agree with them. Because as you get older, you want shit simpler. I mean, a lot of people right in a phase of their life where shit just ain't simple. You could get laid off tomorrow. You could get, you could lose your wife or lose your husband or find yourself in a fucked up situation. Unforeseen circumstances. Shit happens. Yeah. I understand that. But how you handle it, how you handle tough situations, how you look at stuff objectively and figure out a path through it is what makes you an adult. Because things really are going to happen. And your true personality will determine how you handle it. And if you got a fucked up personality and you always looking for shortcuts and don't want to take an objective look at your situation, well, then you're going to get a messed up outcome. And you're just going to get deeper and deeper in it, because I promise you there ain't no shortcuts. I know. I tried. There ain't no shortcuts. All of the shortcuts that I tried never worked out for me. I wound up paying in the long run. You dig me? All the shortcuts I tried in my 20s and 30s, I wound up paying in the long run. Shit. I mean, I wound up having to have 3 and 4 jobs just to get my head above water sometime. But you do what you got to do. And if you got a realistic, objective way of looking at things, then you know what you need. But if you got like this, fantasy vision in your head that you're going to somehow make it off your side hustle, you ain't going to make it off your side hustle. If you think you're going to game the system better than anybody else, you ain't going to game the system better than anybody else. You're just not. We all regular folk down at this level. And if you somehow come across a good idea that's making you some extra money, that's good. But don't quit your goddamn day job. Don't do anything stupid. Have an objective way of looking at things. And get asshole individuals as far away from you as you can. You can feed them with a long handle spoon. I ain't saying like, cut off your friends. I'm saying people that have bad habits tend to make bad habits rub off on you. They do. People can influence you. You dig me? That's all I'm saying. Anyway, that's enough for tonight. It's Friday. I'm about to go in and hit this workout. I might throw up a political video after this one, though, because some shit just happened that I got to speak on. Anyway, thanks for coming by and listening to me talk my shit. Happy Black History Month. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you like the video, and I will catch y'all on the next one. TC, and I'm out. Peace.